For the next couple of videos, I decided to take you step by step through pre-competition preparation and how to deal with anxiety, how to use it, how to handle it. And today is the video number 1, step 1, and that is relaxation. What I have noticed is that a lot of athletes either don't want to learn anything new because they're overwhelmed, or it's easier for them to just have someone on site who already possesses the knowledge or the skill, and they just want to kind of continue going as they have, what's more habitual for them. These videos that I'm making are there for you to take and implement, or hire someone who already possesses the skill and is going to send the wave to you. If you were to research how bioresonance therapy works, what it is when people, often children who face certain health problems, they go for therapy with horses or with dolphins or with dogs. And what it is that animal, the micro cells of that animal are all radiating certain waves. And those wavelengths are in balance, are natural, are healthy. You know, they because it's balanced, and when the body is sick, it's imbalanced. So when the person is interacting with something that's already balanced, that body that's already healthy is sending a certain wavelength, and it's synchronizing. And that means that the person who is out of balance, the person who's sick, ill, they're absorbing that wavelength, and that wavelength changes their biological structure within them. So that's bioresonance. That's why I'm saying people who will take these series are going to create that or change the wavelength, the way they're radiating, because we're all energy. That's not, spirituality yet. This is pure chemistry, biology, physics, even math. What you're doing, you're changing the way your cells are radiating within you, and you're trying to balance it. Or you're taking a person who already has it, take a horse to your competition and calm yourself down and balance out. Well, what it is, usually these animals are balanced because they're not in an aggressive environment, so they're not in a fight or flight state. Usually when an athlete is getting ready in preparation for a competition, whether they're already at the arena or they're preparing themselves for a competition, generally their psyche is in a fight or flight. So they need to balance it out. Okay. Today we're talking about the unknown, because that's usually the biggest fear of any human being, any living thing that has a psyche. The unknown is creating images in our head that are then being shown to our body, and our body responses. If you take VR, virtual reality, in the goggles, and it's showing you that you're walking on a shaky bridge over a cliff, your whole body reacts to it. It doesn't matter that we're seeing it with our eyes or we're showing these images in our head. It's the same thing. I will be very careful with visualization, because a lot of the times visualization is generically dispersed amongst all athletes, and it's like a number one tool for positive thinking. I dismiss that. I don't like visualization before the athlete 100% knows how their body responds to certain visual images or created in their head images. So we're not going to touch visualization at all during this step-by-step series today with relaxation. So step number one is how to relax ourselves. So I'll give you 2 tools today to be able to relax. And then after I give you the tools, I'll explain why you need them, why it works, and how it works. But the first tool is you can take your skin. And those of you who read the book, my book of After the Podium, you will understand the whole gene thing, the skin gene. If you don't know what the skin gene is, the book is, I think, available for even for free on Kindle or Audible. Irrelevant. If you really want to dig into it, you read about it in the book, or you just trust what I'm telling you right now and you're doing it. So you take your skin and you start feeling your skin. The trick to that is that when you're losing your mind, when you're losing control over your body, you start shaking, or your heart starts beating faster, or you start hyperventilating. And I know all of these things. And when I was an athlete, sometimes my heartbeat just standing would go up to 160 beats per minute because my anxiety was skyrocketing. So now I teach you how not to do that. You take your hand, two hands. Doesn't matter if you're a winter athlete or a summer athlete. You start rubbing one hand against the other. You're feeling how this hand is touching the other one, but you're also feeling with this hand how this hand feels. So it's a double feeling, and you have to be able to momentarily, that meaning at the same time, feeling the rubbing of this skin and the touch of the skin against this one. And so you're, for 30 seconds, maybe a minute, try seeing if you're able to concentrate on just these sensations. And I guarantee you that if you're wearing a heart rate monitor on you, you will be able to trace how your heart rate goes down and how your whole body relaxes. When I'm talking to you and I start doing this, you can see how even my shoulders instantly fall down. That means that I am not in a fight or flight, or I'm not flexing to defend myself. I'm not in control. The body is no longer having to be in control. The body can relax because in this movement here, there's no threat. And so you're feeling that. It's also bringing you down to the moment of here and now. And here now, you are safe. There's nothing threatening you because you're able to concentrate on such a slight and very gentle movement and are able to absorb it. It's not necessarily just this hand or this part of the hand. You can go as high up to your elbow. You can try and touch your skin, but generally, this part of your body is very accessible at any moment, and you're able to concentrate on it at any time. That's one thing. Okay. Yes. So a big portion of the routine, a lot of coaches say, control what you can control and let go of what you can't control. A lot of the times, what we struggle to control is our mind, because when the psyche is in distress, in fight or flight, it either refers back to the past, it tries to predict the future. So it's constantly jumping. The attention is jumping from the past to the future, from the past to the future, and rarely stays in the moment. For us to be able to allow ourselves to relax, we have to stay in the moment, grounded. What grounds us is a routine that brings us back to the moment, what's around us. What it allows us is the vision, because when the body is tense, it contracts. Our vision becomes tunnel vision. It's either the outcome that we want, It's either the fear that we're trying to avoid or run away from. It's a very narrow minded state to be in. When we're relaxed, we're able to grasp bigger picture. So we're not seeing, for example, if you're a tennis player, you're not seeing only the ball. You're seeing the sun, the wind, the opponent, the crowd, the everything. And you're able to create that into a system and make a decision right then and there. When your vision is wide, everything starts happening much, much slower. And you're not even noticing how you have a lot more time to make a decision, a lot more time to move your body. That's only when the body is relaxed and when you have the vision. When it's narrow minded, for example, you're only seeing the ball and the net, that's it. You're not able to move fast enough because the ball will most likely move faster than you. And then that's when you start making mistakes. Wider vision allows you to see things almost in a slow motion. The routine that you're creating for yourself, it's not a routine that you're doing automatically. It's something very small that you can control. A lot of people are very obsessed with how many times they bounce the ball on the court before they serve. Other people will do their hair behind their ear. Might work for them, might not. The point of the routine is to feel the moment. What brings us back is our body and our senses. So one is our sight. Do we incorporate a routine where we check the color of the court, where we look at I don't know, a judge and what they're wearing? That's one sense. Depending on the gene, you have your skin sensation, visual sensation, smelling sensation, taste sensation, audible sensation, and all of that is bringing us back to our bodies. And our bodies in sports is probably one of the most important thing that performs. So we want to bring it back to the body. And then we're seeing something that tells us that we are not in danger. We're looking at the color of our shirt, we're inhaling, and we're actually trying to smell something. How fresh is the air? What's the temperature of the air? It's something that our body responds to, but it also needs to be something that we enjoy. So, for example, if it's a smell, we're enjoying the smell. If it's a bird singing, we're trying to hear that. Or maybe if you're gravitating towards the city sounds, you'd be listening to what's going on. It's something that gives us uh, information of the outside world. And if you're not at war, if you're not dying, if you're not terribly injured in an accident, 99% of the time, the outside information will signal to you that everything is fine and you've got that. And that's your routine, the routine that you respond to by calming down. A lot of the times, athletes want musical stimulation, audio stimulation, and it would be a very aggressive. And I urge you not to do that. Why? Because I want you to create a routine that allows your body to relax and show itself versus being under attack. Aggressive music puts you into a fight or flight already before you even started your fight. Okay. The aggression that you're going to be feeling is most likely going to be self aggression. It's a very sort of traditional way of athletes to get themselves going, especially NFL athletes. Well, not necessarily national leagues, football players, hockey players, boxers, a bit more. I don't want to say violent, but more in contact the sports that are more contact, they tend to be more aggressive, and that's aggression that is working then outwardly by projection. You don't have to understand how it works, but um, essentially you're hurting yourself. It's it's a way that the body is used to get a kick to go. It could stem from upbringing, it could stem from the tactics that are coached. I coach you from the tactic of being wholesome and giving it all without, what's the best word? Depleting yourself. I want it to be like a river that never depletes. I wanted for you to be the engine that never runs out of gas. I want it to be a constant supply versus grab as much as you can and then run with it and use it as much as you can and squeeze as much as you can. Because that's what self-aggression is, intrinsic aggression, extrinsic aggression. I'm trying to get you away from the habitual aggressive push to get going. I want you to go from the flow. And that's what I'm trying to create within you by teaching you the tools of being in the flow. The flow and the aggression are incompatible. You can't be in the flow and aggressive at the same time. We're trying to switch the way you're feeling, the way you are acting, the way you are moving. The move from a flow is different than the move from aggression. Okay, so it's aggression is almost finite, not almost. Aggression is finite, and the flow is continuous, and that's what we're trying to achieve. We're achieving that through rooting ourselves into the present moment by bodily sensations, the skin that we talked about, that every athlete possess, the sensations of the skin, and then we add a routine that allows our body to feel safe, to feel relaxed, and to feel that it has so much energy. It wants to show itself. It wants to use that energy for movement. It wants to enjoy the movement. And when you're warming up right before your competition, your entire mind, your attention fully goes into your body. How does it feel? What do I feel? When I'm stretching, when I'm moving, when I'm running, when I'm squatting, anything. It's a very simple, light movement, but it's running. It's like the circle of life is constantly going. We need your blood to circulate continuously with no interruption, but without force. It's a very flowy movement. It's a very, don't sit down. A lot of coaches and athletes say, oh, you have to meditate. Well, meditate, but moving meditation, not sitting down. When you're sitting down, everything collapses and kind of freezes in a way where it's an escape. A lot of the times the mind goes into an escape. And that's not the tactic I want to teach you, because it's detrimental. I know that for a fact. So trust me on that. I want you to be moving. When you're turning on your car and the engine is going, it's warming up. It's warming up because you don't fall asleep, which a lot of the times the body can in meditation. And I'll tell you a story about the meditation when sitting down in a second. But when you're moving, you're getting ready, but you're not straining yourself. You just get the juices flowing. You're getting ready, and then when the moment comes, that's when you switch the gear and you accelerate. But before, you have to start warming up slightly, very slight movement, but not static. Active relaxation, active relaxation. To tell you the story about meditation, And I promise you, I'll record those separate personal stories and put them into a personal story playlist. But one step at a time. Um, when I was 19, I went to India to an ashram. I'll record a whole story about ashram, but there I was taught meditation where your heart rate goes down to about 40 beats per minute. I was getting ready for my next season, and so we're going through the laboratory, and they're testing me. And that was after I was taught that in the ashram. I lived there for a month. I come back, and so they're trying to see my recovery rate. And a lot of the times, you lay down and they measure your heartbeat, and they measure your biofeedback, and then my heart suddenly goes to 40 beats per minute, and my blood pressure falls very low, and my brain is not acting like all the other athletes' brain. And everyone started getting into a state of emergency because they were thinking that something is going wrong with me. However, the technique allowed, when you are able to put yourself in a state of trance or meditative state, that's when everything freezes within you, because it's almost like your attention is leaving your body and the body is falling asleep, and there you are. The consciousness is still there, but the body is asleep. It's very dangerous to do that. It's great for recovery. If you're not in, if you're already recovering after the competition, then that's great. Before the competition, it's like waking up and running right away. Puts you in a fight or flight, first of all, great stress to the body, trains the body that you can't relax because suddenly something extraordinary, not extraordinary, something dangerous is about to happen. You have to get going. So you're not going to fully relax. So I urge you not to meditate in a static state before the competition ever. After the competition, yes. Before the competition, never. The entire series that I'm now recording is geared towards acquiring skills to root yourself and hold yourself within the now, to be so embodied into your body that you're not losing sight of what's happening with your body, how you push, how you stretch, how you move. That allows you to draw yourself out of competition. We'll talk about dualities later. But as strange as it might sound, a lot of the times, the most holistic way to win the competition is not to compete. Trust me on that. And that's why we're going into bodily sensations. So you're fully focused on yourself. You have no idea how powerful your attention is. And once your attention goes out to compete with somebody else, it doesn't matter. Again, I'll tell you a personal story where it can be a world champion, an Olympic champion, a world record holder. And if you are not focused to compete against them, but solely focused on in your own body, your body is able to accumulate so much more power than when you share it with something that's on the outside. When you're keeping your attention within your body, it gives you the wide range of vision. And that's what we're fighting for. We're fighting for the vision. When you're competing, you're narrow minded, you're focused on somebody who you're competing against. And that's always going to go against you, because in the competition, there is a chance that you will lose. In a competition, there's always a winner, there's always a loser. If you are trying hard to be the winner, you're suppressing the part of yourself that can be a loser. So you're chopping off half of it, because 50% loser, 50% winner, because that's how competition works. There's always a loser, always a winner, and then your chances are split. When you exit that when you're no longer in the competition, when you are there to only express yourself, to show yourself, to feel good in your own body, you're beating all the odds because there are no odds. And that's the trick to high performance, is that you're not allowing anybody a chance to compete with you because you're not entering the game of competition. And that's very contradictory to sports world, but it's the secret to the success that will keep on giving. That's it for today. Relaxation, routine, skin sensations, smells, getting yourself into the moment of what's going around you, the reality of now where the body feels safe, where the body feels good and nourished and strong and energetic, that it wants to express that into the outer world, is our step one. I would love your comments. I would want to see how you tried it, what were the sensations. I'm all about the sensations of your body. I'm all about not what you think. I'm all about what you feel, what kind of imagery came up in your head when you did that. We're not visualizing anything on purpose, even if you think it's beneficial for you. I want you to be in your body 100% and tell me how you feel when you do that in the comments, in personal meetings, personal interactions if we do meet. And let's get going. And next time I'll see you will be step two.